as higher?
There's just this one question that's lingering on my mind. Supposing that we do get the RH bill passed and it's implemented, I know for a fact that even if you make these things available to the common people, like my neighborhood in Sopala, for example, even if you make these artificial planning methods available and you teach them how to use it, what is the assurance that it will really be used and it will really have an impact on the population growth, since we're not really dealing with policies but biology? So, and there's well, we're dealing with exponential growth patterns here. I mean, the children that were born, 13 years ago are going to come of age, and definitely they're going to try it out. And I don't think that we'll be able to prevent them from having, and having babies. So, I mean, if you make these things available and it doesn't curb our population growth, then that just defeats the argument, right?
True. But the RH bill itself, although the heart of the measure, I would say, is both methods of family planning, natural and modern. Though it's the heart, there are other parts that are important as well. Maternal and child health, so that we meet those Millennium Development Goals on reducing maternal and infant mortality rates. Yung age-appropriate adolescent RH education in the schools as a partner to the family, to the parents, who unfortunately surveys would tell us, if they're accurate, that not enough, or most parents don't get to talk with their kids about sex and sexuality and so and then the and reproductive health, referring to not just health of women and their husbands or partners in the reproductive years, but through all life cycles, as we call them. So from birth and then onset of puberty until menopause. There's a better for that anyway. So, but particularly with regards to the modern family planning methods, so how do we know they will be used, and will they really have an impact on our population growth rate? The bill doesn't have a demographic target, so if the oppositors would also be intellectually honest, they will see in the text of the bill there's nothing about the demographic target. It's really about choice. If the woman or the couple want many children, few children, no children, that's their choice. If they have children, spacing is their choice, etc., etc. There's no demographic target, and now that we don't have an RH policy, we're fighting for freedom of choice. If and when we get the RH policy, we will still uphold and respect the freedom of choice. So there will be no coercion for couples to choose one or the other method. It's really their choice based on their conscience, their lifestyle, their preferences. What will work for them in their relationship and in their plan for their family. Now, if the trends continue that even in this very restricted environment, there are certain preferences, more for modern than natural family planning methods, and more for certain of those modern methods, say pills, condoms, IUDs, in a more liberal environment where there's state support, there's funding, and there's education through DOH and DepEd, so there's that supportive policy environment, then I believe the trends will continue. There will be perhaps more choosing modern family planning methods, and particular ones among them. And if the experience of other countries is instructive for us, kapag ito yung mga ginamit, o kung yung mga nag-opt sa natural, by the way, well, I'm widowed now, but my late husband and I, we always practice natural family planning. So I can tell any mission, I practice NFP, but that was my choice. I'm not going to impose it on every other woman. So, yung mga magpipili pa rin ng NFP will learn more about it. There are up to 7 methods, some totally unreliable, a few that can work. Not foolproof, but they can work. So, and kapag mas malaya at may kakayahan ng mga babae at couples gawin yung tingin nila bagay sa kanila. I do believe that on each family or household level, we will be able to plan our families, and on the national family and household level, magkakaroon tayo ng isang population growth rate na collectively, yun yung sense ng mga pamilya, yun yung sense ng mga household na manageable natin given our current state of development and our development targets.
One question is, I haven't really read
the bill.
the article,
sige.
but
It's on the web.
But I have this impression that it will give free artificial family planning devices for free
to the poor.
To the poor. Okay. Since we're providing it for free, and we're basically just providing it for free, but there will be no incentive, real incentive for them to really use it. So basically, we're just buying stuff that maybe won't be used.
Well, in any government program, unfortunately, there's a certain amount of wastage. But the premise is, dahil choice ang central sa program, we're presuming that if the couple choose a certain method, and then they have access to the product or to the service kung permanent method ang pipiliin nila, well, to the product, na gagamitin nila. Pinili nila eh. They took the trouble, kahit libre, they took the trouble to go to the health center and access it. Siguro, kung mature sila, rational, pinili din naman nila, then they have it, siguro gagamitin nila. Kapag hindi, lalampas sila sa plano nila namin na
I'm just thinking out of the box. I think children, well, the generation we have today, lalo na sa CDNE, nagkakaroon na yun ng kabanasan at the age of 12, 13. Especially dito sa Quezon City. I don't know if things na gano'n. And knowing that, would it be more effective? I'm not saying it's going to be democratic or moral or anything. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of being effective. Wouldn't it be more effective if we actually made it mandatory for them to be on a pill or some sort? Choice.
I can't even go there. I can't even think about would it be more effective because counterproductive yung ganung paraan eh. If the one basic principle of the bill, one of the main ideas behind it is freedom of choice, then there's also the kind of culture that we would want to develop in our youth. Yun din yung isang magiging value sa age-appropriate RH education in the schools. Na-horrify yung mga anti-RH. What? You're going to teach family planning methods? You're going to teach the sexual act to children in grade 5? Age-appropriate na nga po eh. Grade 5, nagre-ready na yung mga babae, nagbibinata na yung mga lalaki. E di, turuan sila ano itong reproductive system natin, ano itong mga pagbabago nangyayari so that they have a positive feeling about this. They're not lost getting information from God knows where, na walang pagkabay. So, positive self-image, then, yun na yung basis for hopefully happy relationships when they grow up. So, yung mga family planning methods, syempre, later na yun sa high school.
What happened na before? Sorry. I used to be part of the Diet of Friend before and the Manila Center for Young Adults. At that time, we were active in educating the young people on that aspect. So, is it part of the present RH bill? Because the last time I checked, yung mga yun, wala na eh.
Sayang. Yung main educational intervention of RH bill is who busy the schools with DepEd. Kaya hopefully, pag naipasa yung bill, one of the first works alongside drafting the IRRs with the is to go into modules formulation. Although, meron na, di ba? May ilan ng mga sex education, pero hindi evenly implemented at kailangan talaga balik-aralan in the context of the RH law when it becomes a law. So, mami-mainstream na sa educational system. Hindi halos lone voices yung mga programs na.
Kain muna.